Okay. Hey guys. Hey Julia. Hey Alana. How are you today?
Hi, Diane. So good.
Good.
Happy to be here.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I know I asked you to speak about your experiences, what you do and your experiences with coaching. So we'll dive right in. And thank you so much. I love working with you guys. So first of all, tell everyone what you do about your company and what it is that you do.
Yeah, I can start off. So Alana and I co-founded Aligned Recruitment because we wanted to serve small B2B tech companies. So we work with companies that have around 200 or fewer employees, and we do full cycle RPO for them. So developer roles, product managers, product designers, sales, we're basically their embedded recruitment partner.
Yeah. Just to add to that, we also have contingent support that we will offer for those clients that don't need as much embedded support, right? Or that monthly partnership. But yeah, we do it all for those for those companies.
Awesome. And you do it well. So okay, so I know I have questions about coaching. So okay, so since you hired me or since you started working with me in coaching, what was the biggest shift in the way that you thought about your business, about aligned recruitment?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So as you know, Diane, we are hilariously frugal, Alana and I. So
Yes.
hear me say we agonized over the decision whether or not to invest in coaching. And for us, the big thing we needed, Alana and I have both worked in recruitment before. Alana has started a business before, but the big thing we wanted your help on, you have scaled and sold multiple 7, 8 figure recruitment businesses. And we were like, if anyone knows what they're doing, it's Diane. So if we're going to invest in any coaching from anyone at all, it's going to be Diane. And what we really needed was a roadmap. Like like I said, Alana started a business. We both recruited. We've never started a recruitment business of the scale of what we're trying to build with Aligned. So you've been where we're trying to go. So we thought, you know what? What on earth is better worth our money than someone leading us to exactly the destination that we have for ourselves and for our business.
Yeah, and since starting this partnership, I would say the biggest felt difference has been that sounding board that Julie and I use every day. Every time we have a conversation or a decision in front of us, we're like, let's ask Diane her opinion first. So, Diane, you hear from us all the time on Slack and in all of the ways. But yeah, it's just been this relief, like this
Mm.
moment that we know that we can ask somebody else's opinion that isn't biased. To Julia's point, that's been where we need to be or has gone there before. And it's just been really helpful to know we've got that in our corner.
And I know you did your diligence too. You talked to like
I
several,
literally
several of
spoke
my
to five
clients.
of your clients. Yeah. I was like, why do you like Diane? Is she worth it? What'd she do for you? Like, I asked so many questions.
I love it, love it. Okay. And what has been the biggest impact on you personally?
Hmm. Yeah, just to speak, I guess to what I was saying before, really just that sense of relief of saying, we're not crazy, we're not totally lost, because every time we ask you a question, we can see how far away we are from maybe what you've done in the past, or you're able to just compare it to some things your students are doing, or just give other ways of looking at it. So I think really um just this moment of peace, really, of saying we're not amateurs, we're not like 12-year-olds pretending that we own a business. We actually know what we're doing, but there are gaps, and obviously you can help us with those gaps, and we can surround ourselves with people who have more talent than we do.
Mm-hmm. The biggest thing for me has been confidence because Diane, your big message is the way to be successful is to be yourself. It's to lead with your strengths. It's to press into what's working. So before we hired you, I was constantly second guessing. I was like, is this a good sales strategy? Is this a good messaging approach? And yes, you give us tactical advice, but your
Mhm.
first question is always, what is already working? How did you get the clients that you already have? How are you delivering well on those clients already? So that's been huge because yes, to Alana's point, we do come to you with a ton of questions, but there's also a ton of questions that I don't ask you because I know your answer is going to be, well, what's worked already? And then I have the confidence to make that decision because you've already coached me on the way that I think about my decisions. You've coached me on, okay, what's working, what's not working, how do I need to pivot or change or lean in based on those things?
Mhm.
Yeah. And you may have kind of already answered this, but what were concerns that you had about your business before And do you still have those concerns?
Business development. That was my biggest
Yeah.
thing. I just, like I said, we've both recruited for a very long time. We're amazing at delivery. I have never been in a seat where I am selling recruitment solutions. So that was what I really needed guidance on and really needed to invest in.
Julie and I have very lofty goals for this business, in 10 years or so. And really, when we were looking at the foundations of the business, it sounded great to us. Like we loved what we put on paper, but we didn't know if it was leading to a place where we wanted it to go long term. So having that reassurance and tweaking throughout that process also, I think, has been so beneficial.
And how do you make decisions whether to invest in yourself in the business?
Like Alana said, we think about our long-term goals. Like, where do we want to go? Where do we want to be? And is it possible to get places without coaching? Yeah, for sure. But it's harder and will take longer. So, and honestly, the investment we're making in you will recoup that very quickly through the client acquisition that we're going to achieve by implementing the business development principles that you are guiding us on. And also, like Alana said, the long-term payoff of right now, having just recently started Aligned Recruitment, getting you in right away to help us build that strong foundation, that'll pay dividends. I mean, gosh, we're going to get like a 18,000% ROI on working with you. We're here for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're already getting calls. I mean, I love your Slack when you're like, oh my, it's working.
Yes. Yes. I'm like, Diane, the message you told me to send was effective. Who knew? It's like, you've done this before.
That's awesome. So, okay. So what would be a tip that you would recommend to anyone listening to this?
Well, like you said, we did our due diligence, and I think that is really important. So for anyone who is considering coaching or specifically coaching with you, obviously we're sitting here because we highly recommend your coaching, but what made us sure of our decision was that we looked at all options that were in front of us. So I would just say be really specific and know what you need out of the coaching, know what questions you have, what support you're looking for, so that you're better prepared, Diane, to support us, or to support anyone who comes to you, because you know what people will need. But also just in general, you can make that decision not just on a whim. You can make it because you knew it was the right one for your business.
Yeah, I interviewed 3 different coaching options. And then, like we said earlier, I spoke to several people who worked with Diane. Like, I did not take this decision lightly. So if you're considering working with Diane, don't rush it. Do your homework, be confident, make the right decision for you and your business. I'm biased, and I think the right decision is Diane. Obviously she's the one that I chose. But I know, we really considered all the different options that were available to us. And ultimately it was that anecdotal, this is how Diane moved my business forward, and comparing it to what we saw from other programs that just weren't as tailored, weren't as bespoke. Like, I wanted that, like, day by day, someone walking me through the process of building Aligned. And that's what Diane is. That's what Diane provides.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So what are you 2 most excited about in the next 12 months and beyond?
Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm excited to graduate, so to speak, from our coaching and like be doing all the things that you told us to do so well. And Julie and I have talked about this, that we're in the early stages of our business, so your support right now is so crucial, and we can see ourselves in the future coming back at a different stage of the business that we haven't yet entered into, just like this one was our first time at this stage. Once we build the company to a much bigger scale, to say, hey, Diane, we've got new questions for you at a much larger scale. And not for nothing, but to brag to you in a couple of years, be like, look at how well we did. Everything you told us to do is going so well. So I am most excited about how confident, to Julia's point earlier about confidence, how confident we feel that those things will happen in our future.
Yeah, I would echo everything Alana just said. I couldn't have said it better. Exactly what she said.
So thank you. So how do people get in touch with you when somebody wants to work with you? They need your help. How do they find you?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm all over LinkedIn, so they should definitely.
Great. Awesome content.
Yeah, they can clearly see that I'm constantly blowing up LinkedIn with, stories of my crazy toddler, or things that we're doing with our clients, or things that we're doing with our developer candidates, or whatever the case may be. So LinkedIn is probably the best. Check out our beautiful website that Alana designed, alignedrecruitment.com. Lots of ways to get in touch with us. You can send a carrier pigeon to my house in Atlanta, Georgia, whatever you prefer, whatever method you prefer.
And who should get in touch with you?
Love that question. So those small B2B tech companies, I know you do not have time. You do not have time to recruit. You do not have time to hire, but you need good people in seats for your business to keep scaling. That is what we do. That is our business. Let us take it off your plate for you. Our tagline here at Aligned Recruitment is making recruitment easy, because that is our goal. It doesn't have to be a headache. It doesn't have to be another thing on your monumental to-do list. Let us do it for you.
Just one more. Oh, sorry, Alana.
Oh, I was just gonna say everything Julia said. Taking words in my brain.
One more comment, because you do have traction and you have some really solid clients, and you just want to throw that out there because you're brand new, but you are really proving your process.
Thank you, Diane. Yeah, we've seen some awesome traction already. We're excited, we're grateful, we're energized, we're confident. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, you guys are going big places. So thank you for letting me be part of the journey, and thanks for this time.
Oh, thank you, Diane.
Thank you.